Hi, I'm Pat Chapman. I'm Vice Principal for Employability and External Relations at the Northern School of Art. As an art school, the Northern School of Art focuses on enabling you to develop a skill set that you need as a creative professional. That's the studio-based skills, it's the critical thinking skills, it's the specific technical skills that you will need in the part of the sector that you're going to work in. And because we're equipped to do that with industry standard studios, equipment and the like, you will get the best opportunity you can hope for in terms of developing those creative and professional skills. And we always focus on both of those as well as your personal development, because that's what's going to help you take control of your career going forward confidently and move into employment. And that's why we provide so much support outside of the normal studio environment to make sure that you have what are called employability skills, the skills that will get you a job, that will get you a business. So the great thing about the Northern School of Art is we are an art school. So you can expect to rock up here at the start of your term, and depending on which programme of study you're on, you will get either a dedicated studio space, your own area where you can keep your inspiration, where you can keep your work, where you can call it your own space. That works for most of our subjects. The ones that you don't get a dedicated space for are acting, because you can't even be working in the rehearsal rooms or in the theatre, and for filmmaking and for photography, where actually you're going to be out and about a lot of the time, but you will be working in our dedicated dark rooms, post-production rooms and studios. They're all in our wonderful new building that opened 2 years ago. And the good thing about all of the studios is, and the workshops, is that there are no fees for those. You're joining us to be a creative professional, and we like to encourage you to think of yourself as a creative professional right from the start of joining us. That means that we kind of expect you to be around on site, whether or not that's for taught learning, facilitated learning, workshops, or your own self-directed learning for most of the day. That doesn't mean you can't actually do things off campus. It doesn't mean you can't hold down a part-time job whilst you're studying with us. But we're open 9 to 5 with all facilities each day of the week, the working week. Evenings during the working week, we open till 7 on a Monday night. We open till 8:30, and this is studio spaces, on a Tuesday, Wednesday. On a Thursday, it's open again till 7. We don't open at the weekends though. Throughout the 3 years of studying here at the Northern School of Art, you get, and every student gets, the opportunity to have work experience in industry, which we can facilitate and we can support you in finding. We don't do standard industry placements like you might find at large universities working across a range of subjects, because the creative industries don't work that way. They don't have a set 3 months each year where they think, oh, we need a student placement in. They respond to their own demand cycles. So we will help you to get work placements when industry needs it, or when you think you can really access them. So that's the kind of support you'll feel. Okay. In terms of students here, obviously we want to help you experience the breadth of what your sector, whichever part of the creative industries you're choosing to be part of, looks like, and get some inspiration from that. So there are trips on all programs of study that you'll get the opportunity to take part in. Now these, for the most part, are not something that you have to take part in, but we encourage students to try and get through those. And obviously there is a cost associated with those, which varies between the different locations. We have trips inside the UK, which obviously are less expensive and don't don't tend to involve overnight stays. But we also have overseas trips to Europe and to the United States, for example. And whilst we try and make these as low cost as possible, obviously there's cost associated with those. But students often look at creative ways to help raise money for these things as well, and we'll support them in it. The Northern School of Art is very much a community which supports you. So particularly if you have additional needs, such as dyslexia, we have on-site support, dedicated support that can help you. It's there for you to make use of, and we have staff members that can help you, support you. You'll receive assessment at the school, and then using government funding, you can access other forms of support on top of that. Creative students often think that writing is not their strong point, and you might get anxious about the more academic side of what we do here, and you really shouldn't. We support you through the writing side with your tutors, and also we have dedicated academic support that can assist you in writing style and writing skills as well. So students coming to us at Open Days often want to know what happens about interviews. At the Northern School of Art, we interview all of the students who apply to us. And we do that because we think it's really important to get to know you and get to know your work and your inspiration. So yes, we will interview everyone who applies. That doesn't mean if you are struggling to get up to the campus that you have to come physically. You can come, we can organise a Skype-based interview or a web-based interview. At the interview, we like to talk to you. We like to get to know you. We like to see examples of your work. We like to talk about what really does inspire you in terms of being a creative, what you've seen, what you've done, who inspires you and what inspires you. So people wonder then, what does my portfolio look like? And the simple answer is a portfolio can look like many things. We want to see examples of your work. We want to see the breadth of your work. And that means it could be work from college or school, it could be work that you've done outside of it. It doesn't have to be physical, it can be digital. And obviously, if you're coming, we're going to have an online interview with you. We'd like to share online work with you before the interview, so you can share that with us. We can talk about it whilst we're having the online interview. The great thing about our campus in Hartlepool is that it's really accessible. We're so close to the main roads, the A19, and accessible from that, but also we're right next door to the railway station, so we're less than 3 hours from London direct. The parking at our student accommodation is different depending on which particular block of accommodation you choose. So if you go to our Titan House accommodation in the town centre, which is a wonderful building with great apartments, sadly there isn't dedicated parking. However, there is drop-off for people dropping off students and collecting them, and you can, by arrangement, look at parking on some of our other sites, but that just depends on availability. However, at our two different accommodation blocks, the Crown Halls blocks and the other Avondine block, all of those have dedicated parking on site. Students can, for daytime parking, rent a parking space for a really low rate each semester, and that again is something you arrange when you get in. At Open Days, parents and prospective students often ask me, do you have a favourite graduate? Do you have a favourite story about someone who's left the school and succeeded? And that's a really difficult question to answer, because we have hundreds of students leaving each year and they're all moving on into wonderful careers. I have to say that there's one that strikes me from very early in the time I was working here at the school a few years ago. And it's quite apposite at the moment, because I sat and watched the first of the third Star Wars trilogy and waited to go all the way through to the credits, because I knew that one of our alumni's name was going to be there making props on Star Wars. And yeah, my family hated it because I made them sit through the credits. And yes, there was our alumni's name. But you know, we've had students go off into incredible careers in fashion photography, in costume design and production. The list is endless. So, do I have a favourite? No, there are lots of stories out there. One of the things about being an art school is you're working in an environment which is full of creatives on different disciplines, and the exciting thing about that is that you get to collaborate with them. You don't have to just stay with working with students on your program of study. You can collaborate. So for example, if you're studying fashion, you can work with our photographers. You can learn about and develop the direction of fashion shoots and art direction around that. We had a lovely example of a student from graphic communications and fashion working together a couple of years ago who developed their own exhibition which combined digital projection, the creation of a fashion piece, and music, live music. So there were lots of opportunities. In our film and screen-based courses, there's always collaboration between the film production people, between the production design people, between costumiers and actors, and they do work together on productions. So collaboration is part of being a creative professional. You will always be working in a team out there in some way, shape or form, so we'll give you the opportunity to work just like that. One of the great things about the Rawdon School of Art is our record for getting students into a career, into postgraduate study. We have one of the best records of any institution in the UK for graduate employability. So for the last 4 years, for which we have data for our institution and nationally, 96% or more of our students were in work or postgraduate study 6 months after they left us. And of that, well, let's see, back in 2017's graduates, 67% of those graduates were in a professional or managerial job, which is better than the UK average for art design graduates by quite a margin, something like 6 or 7% ahead of the UK average. And it's on a par with the employability for professional employability for graduates, no matter what subject they're coming from. So we know we've got a good record on supporting our students into employment. It's what we're about. People think, why would you want to go to the Rawdon School of Art? And the simple answer, from my perspective, from what students and colleagues tell me, is because we're a special community, because we are an art school. We are the only undergraduate dedicated art school in the northeast of England. We have a community which is wonderfully collaborative and creative. We have amazing facilities for our students. We've got brilliant Victorian buildings which create wonderful atmosphere for our illustrators, for our graphic designers. We've got brand new modern studios for filmmakers, our photographers, really lovely spaces for our textile designers, again in brand new buildings and facilities. It's an exciting environment to work in, and here on the coast where we're based, you're in an area which is inspiring for artists. It's inspired artists for a long time, and again, it's 2019 just, and this was the place that inspired Ridley Scott in the look and the feel of the original Blade Runner movie. That's the kind of inspiration you can get around here. So I'd like to say thank you for visiting our website. I hope you have a good look around on the website. You can see some of our facilities, but do come and visit us in person if you can. We have open days throughout the year. All you need to do is check on our website. You can also find out details of that and follow the life of the School of Art through our social media, where you can follow us at The Northern Art. So thanks, and I hope to see you soon.